Marvel's Black Panther first appeared in the comics in 1966, but with his blockbuster big screen takeover, his popularity continues to rise. In a new audio and ebook series, the story continues. It's called Black Panther, Marvel's Black Panther, Sins of the King. And our next guest is one of the writers behind the story. Please welcome award-winning author Tananarive Due. Did you hear all the cheers for you? Ooh.
You all are wide awake on the East Coast, I see.
I know, like we can't help it, especially since we have to be alert. Since you're all about the horror genre, we have to be alert. We don't know what you're going to be coming at us with. All right, so this is a new Black Panther storylines for fans to enjoy, and it's in the form of an audio and ebook series. So talk to us about this particular series and where we can check it out.
This is by a company called Serial Box. It's a new platform. So you get the digital version if you like to read, but oh my gosh, if you like audio, it has several episodes. I think it was, like you said, 13 episodes, narrated by William Jackson Harper, the Emmy nominee who stars in The Good Place and was in one of my favorite horror movies, which it's too early in the morning for me to remember the name of it, but Midsummer. But he does such a great job, and it's a great way to visit with Wakanda and T'Challa and Shuri and all of the favorite characters you know, even if you only know Black Panther from the movies. Even though this is from the comics, there is plenty for you to recognize if you just know Black Panther from the films.
All right, Ms. Due. Okay, so how does it work when you have a group of writers working on a project like this? You know, do you guys come together, discuss what topics? You pick an episode each or series each? How does that work?
Well, it's a great hybrid between sort of the TV room model, how they write a TV series, and basically just being an author. So a bunch of us came. Not everyone could be there, but for the first meeting, we had the lead writer, Ira Madison III, who had already sort of put together a basic outline of how he wanted the story to go. And then the rest of the writers, Jeff Thorne, me, my husband, Stephen Barnes, and we're very excited to have a South African writer as well in this project, Mohale Mashigo. And we just hammered it out. You know, we hammered out what should happen. You can't just go off on your own and make it up when one set of writers is handing the baton to the next writer. So it took a lot of careful planning.
Okay, so here's the thing. We already talked about how horror is your thing. Well, stalking is my thing. And I saw this post on social media about Tales of Wakanda. So we even have that. It doesn't end. So tell us about Tales of Wakanda, because I think you have a story about the Queen in it, in that one.
I'm just, I started out just like everybody else, just a Black Panther fan, and now all of a sudden I'm involved in 2 Marvel projects. It's kind of a dream come true. So in addition to the Serial Box project, there is this new book, which is prose, short stories by several writers, including me, the poet Nikki Giovanni, Cherie Renee Thomas. I mean, it is an all-star omnibus, and we all got to pick our own stories. And I had just come off the Serial Box project. I didn't have time, think I had time, but the editor, Jesse J. Holland, when I said, can I write about Storm? And he said, yes. So I was like, okay, I'm in. Because, you know, as all of us who are Marvel fans know, Storm has never appeared in a movie with Black Panther. She was his queen. They were married in the comics. So I wrote a story called Return of the Queen so that I could see what happened if you put them back together again.
Oh, wow. So, okay, so let me just say this, that you mentioned Queen. You are the Queen. You are a superhero because you not only write these comics, you also are a professor at UCLA, and it's just incredible. And you partnered with the New York Public Library for Black History Month. Like, it's incredible. Like, what do you not do?
This has been an amazing time. For one of the classes I teach at UCLA is Afrofuturism. It's basically the Black speculative arts. It's comics, it's horror, it's fantasy, it's science fiction. And this is such an amazing time for what I love, which is Afrofuturism, which helps us imagine ourselves in the future while at the same time we honor the past. Like in Black Panther, they have telepathic aircraft, but at the same time they have their rituals and the spear. So the past and the present and the future are all side by side.
All right, so Ms. Due, did you always know you wanted to be a writer? Was that always your thing, or did you want to be an astronaut first and you're like, you know what, let me just write about like a whole other genre? Like,
never wanted to be anything except a writer. From the time I was 4 years old, I took typing paper, folded it in half, wrote the title Baby Bobby, and wrote my little picture book called Baby Bobby. And on the back, I wrote, Baby Bobby is a book about a baby. The author is Tananarive Due. Now, I spelled it all right. I spelled author wrong and I spelled baby wrong. But the point is, I knew from a very young age I wanted to be a writer. And my parents, my late mother, Patricia Stevens Due, is a civil rights activist, and my father, who's still living, John Due, is a civil rights lawyer. They encouraged me in the arts, and I'm so grateful for that, because if they had told me I was wasting my time, I probably wouldn't be a writer today.
Well, this is amazing. We're grateful for you. We're grateful for your parents and all the support you got, like, to lead you to this path. And we're grateful for Black Panther book, for the comic books, and the movie, which broke like records. And we're dealing with the loss of Chadwick Boseman, who we also got to talk to on the show here. The story continues. We're all excited when we heard that the story was going to be coming to the big screen. So what are your thoughts on the impact the movie had and the impact it continues to have?
People forget how excited everyone was, and I mean everyone. Black people in particular, African Americans in particular, but worldwide, people were so excited to be represented on the big screen with Wakanda, which is sort of a magical land we kind of all wished we could escape to, I think, last year for the most part, because it has advanced technology, it has self-determination, it's never been colonized. Wakanda is really sort of the utopian Africa of the African American imagination, even though obviously it wasn't originally created by African Americans with Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, but with comic writers like Christopher Priest and Reggie Hudlin, who did his run, and then Ryan Coogler's movie, and of course we've had a lot of other Black Panther comics. We can really see that there's a yearning to have power, to have strength, and to have self-determination.
Ms. Due, and you have it all. And we celebrate you not just for Women's History Month, but beyond. The stories scare me, but I'll take it because it's coming from you. Thank you so much for joining us. It is such an honor. You can check out Marvel's Black Panther, Sins of the King. The new audiobook and ebook series is available online now. Thank you, Ms. Due.
Thank you.